Everton vs Boreham Wood. David vs Goliath in FA Cup 5th round clash. The magic of the FA Cup will be live on ITV tonight as Premier League Everton host non-league Boreham Wood at a sold-out Goodison Park in the FA Cup 5th round. It'll be a true David vs Goliath battle after Boreham Wood stunned Championship high flyers Bournemouth in the 4th round to set up the trip to Merseyside for what will be their first ever competitive meeting with a top-flight side. It's going to be a tough ask for the Minnows though, with Everton having progressed to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup on 11 of the last 13 occasions they've reached the 5th round, including each of the last 5. There are also 78 league places between them. Ahead of tonight's clash, Sportsmail compares the two clubs to assess just how big the gap is, as Boreham Wood eye one of the biggest cup upsets of all time. Budget. The National League has been surrounded by talk in recent seasons of how much money is being spent and how much certain teams have, but it's peanuts in comparison to the Premier League. Everton have a yearly wage bill of over £114 million, which includes big money contracts for the likes of Yerry Mina, Abdoulaye Doucouré, Allen, and André Gomes. All of those top-end stars earn £120,000 a week, with plenty of others earning similar amounts and contributing to the club's huge wage bill. This is in stark contrast to Luke Garrard's squad, who will likely be earning less than 1% of what Mina and company do each week, if that. In April 2020, it was reported that a typical National League salary was around £600 £700 per week, with some players breaking the £1,000 mark. Stadium Goodison Park has hosted more top-flight games than any other stadium in England, while it has also seen an FA Cup final, international matches, and a 1966 World Cup semi. The capacity of the ground is 39,572, which means it is big enough to fit the entire population of Boreham Wood, 31,074. Everton have averaged home crowds of more than 35,000 this season, too. It will be a first visit to Goodison for Boreham Wood, whose own ground, the LV Bet Stadium Meadow Park, holds just 4,500 fans. Their average attendance is just 942 this campaign, despite being in the push for promotion to the Football League, but there will be plenty of supporters making the long trip to Merseyside tonight. Biggest signings. There is a huge difference when it comes to the two sides' big signings, with Everton often splashing out on top internationals for huge fees and big wages. Little Boreham Wood, however, will mainly recruit free transfers, although they do sometimes bring in players from teams in the National League for small undisclosed fees. Morgan Ferrier is believed to be their record signing still, after rejoining the club from Dagenham and Redbridge back in February 2018. He was later sold for £35,000. Toffees forward Richarlison, for example, cost the club an initial £35 million from Watford, with add-ons potentially taking the fee as high as £50 million. Gylfi Sigurdsson cost £45 million in 2017, while Romelu Lukaku, Mina and Alex Iwobi, all £27 million, feature in the top 5 of the Toffees' most expensive signings. Michael Keane and Jordan Pickford, who could both be in action tonight, both cost initial fees of £25 million, potentially rising to £30 million. Mind the gap. The Toffees currently sit 17th, just one place above the relegation zone in the Premier League, while Boreham Wood are 4th in the National League. There are 78 positions between them in the English football pyramid, with the entire Championship, League One and League Two separating the sides. Reaching the 5th round is a huge achievement for Boreham Wood. They are only the 10th team from outside of the Football League to reach this stage of the competition since 1945. They follow in the footsteps of Colchester United, Yeovil Town, Bly Spartans, Telford United, Kidderminster Harriers, Crawley Town, Luton Town, Lincoln City and Sutton United. Managers. Boreham Wood boss Garrard is one of the most talked about managers outside of the Football League for the terrific job he has done over the last 6 years. He is still only 36 and has plenty of potential to either earn promotion with his current club or climb up the levels elsewhere. Garrard will not stop his players swapping shirts with Everton's because he has his eye on Frank Lampard's clobber. "I'm taking Frank Lampard's shirt off his back. His zippy, his ball. I'm getting everything," Garrard said. Seriously, though. This isn't too much respect. We've done our analysis on them. So the respect's there. Hugely. I'm not foolish in any way, shape, or form. They are unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Lampard, however, only took over the Toffees at the end of January and is still yet to fully turn their fortunes around. The former England international midfielder has picked up just one win from his opening 4 Premier League fixtures at home to Leeds, but did also earn a victory in his first game in charge, a 4-1 triumph over Brentford in the last round of the Cup. Team news: Lampard will be without January arrivals Anwar El Ghazi, Del Ali and Donny van de Beek, who are all cup-tied, having represented their former clubs earlier in the competition. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is still nursing his adductor issue, and he will be joined on the sidelines by Fabian Delph, Ben Godfrey, Yerry Mina and Tom Davies. Boreham Wood boss Gerrard has received a triple boost ahead of the game, with Jamal Fiffold, Nathan Ashmore and James Comley all returning to the squad. However, right-back Kane Smith will miss out on the opportunity to play against a team he supports because of an injury he sustained against Maidenhead United. Form and history: Boreham Wood, who were formed in 1948, have spent their entire existence outside of the English Football League. Their highest finish came in the 2017-18 campaign when claiming a 4th-place spot in the National League, a division they remain in. The Wood finished 14th last season, but are currently sat 3rd in the 5th tier and, with games in hand on those above them, are pushing hard for promotion into League Two. They have suffered just 2 defeats across their last 22 games in all competitions, with one of those against Wrexham, seeing them bow out of the FA Trophy at the 5th round stage. Of the sides left in the competition, only Chelsea, 8, have had more different goalscorers in this season's FA Cup than Boreham Wood, 6. Everton, however, have not had a similar run of form, and they've struggled this season, most notably under former manager Rafa Benitez. The Toffees are deeply rooted in a relegation battle, although they do have games in hand on some of their rivals, and some may feel the FA Cup is more of a distraction than it should be at this stage of the season. Lampard's men have lost 5 of their last 6 Premier League fixtures, and their form remains a major cause of concern, despite an improvement in performances since the former Derby boss arrived at Goodison. Everton have won the FA Cup on 5 occasions, with their last victory coming back in 1995. They finished as runners-up in 2009 after Lampard scored the winning goal to hand Chelsea the trophy.